another edition of the Interesting Report. Alongside my partner Ryan, I'm your host J-Man. This edition of the IWR, we're going to do our Ring of Honor Final Battle 2011 review. I'm just getting off the air with the Internet pay-per-view. Another great night of Ring of Honor action, as they always seem to produce. We're going to run down the card for you. First matchup, we had Michael Elgin going up against TJ Perkins. This one didn't get too much time. Like we said in the preview, we weren't thinking that this probably would get that much time. It really didn't. There was some interesting stuff here and there. You know, TJ Perkins showing his athleticism as he always does, and Michael Elgin obviously showing that strength and power as he always does. And Michael Elgin getting the win in this matchup. Like I said, not too long, nothing real special here, but continuing that role with Michael Elgin that seems that it's unstoppable right now, and continuing his impressive role. And TJ Perkins looked pretty impressive in this short little match here. Next matchup, we had Jimmy Rave going up against Tommaso Ciampa. This obviously interesting with the under kind of tone of it with the Embassy going on here. Obviously Jimmy Rave, formerly of the Embassy, and now Tommaso Ciampa of the Embassy, and really playing that up here with Jimmy Rave and also Prince Nana, I think was the name for a second, playing that up of obviously the history they have there. This one, once again, a little bit short match here, but we did get some quality stuff out of here. Tommaso Ciampa continuing to get more better. That sounds stupid, but continue to progress as he is going. Getting more time in the ring, will always help out. But continuing his role there, Jimmy Rave actually getting defeated by Tommaso Ciampa in this matchup. I thought it would make sense to give Tommaso Ciampa that win over the kind of that established former Ring of Honor name in Jimmy Rave. And a little short matchup here, but they did kind of get the point across of the whole Embassy ties in and everything there. But it'd be interesting to see if Jimmy Rave does move on and continue to do things in Ring of Honor in the future. I would love to see that. Next matchup, we had the triple threat match for the Ring of Honor television title between champion Jay Lethal, El Generico, and Mike Bennett.
The big thing about this starting out with this was everyone was goo-goo-eye, and Maria looked great here, and so a lot of CM Punk chants and just random things, from the crowd, and definitely looking real good here, and that was a big start of this. Started out real slow. Wasn't really into it in the beginning. Started picking up and getting better and better. A lot of interesting spots. Got a decent amount of time too, and realized that I guess we really didn't even know that this was an elimination. Triple threat. I had no idea. Once they started talking about it, Elgin, Bennett gets a roll up on Generico towards the end and gets the win on there, and then right after that, just seconds right after that, a lethal hits a lethal, I guess, injection, is that what it's called?
I think that's what they're calling it.
I guess is what he's calling it. And back flip cutter thingy, whatever he does now, and Lethal retains here. He definitely caught up at the end and got a lot better. Generico definitely the MVP of this at the end, doing a lot of great spots and like he always does. My boy Generico. Some entertaining stuff here and some pretty decent storytelling out of this. Yeah,
like you said, pretty slow start to this, but it really started to pick up towards the middle. Obviously with Generico in the amazing spot, did the springboard, the double springboard, the plancha, the kind of spot that he did there, and then obviously the Generico classic with the jump through DDT through the ring rope there. That was some great stuff. But really, picked it up here. I was thinking that Mike Bennett, we were both thinking that Mike Bennett would probably get the win here, and obviously that would have just pissed off that New York crowd who was just giving him so much shit, with everything, Maria coming out and all that kind of stuff. It would have been interesting to see if that would have happened. But keeping the title on Jay Lethal, just that guy that can go out there and just provide those, really quality matches as he's been doing as the television champion, throwing Generico in there, just having some really good stuff as of late. But Mike Bennett not becoming the television champion, Jay Lethal retaining the TV title. It'll be interesting to see what goes on with that whole TV title situation going into the future. Next matchup, we had the no DQ match with special referee Jimmy Jacobs between Kevin Steen and Steve Corino. And if Kevin Steen won this matchup, he would be reinstated back into Ring of Honor. This was a really, really good no DQ, street fight, a lot of action stuff going on here. That's something that both these guys can really provide. Just all over the place action here with the table spots, chair spots, guardrail stuff going on here. Obviously not seeing what we were thinking could possibly happen with them just being a whole swerve kind of thing going on. They didn't end up doing that. Had them just hit it off right at the beginning of the onset of this matchup. And Kevin Steen getting the win in this matchup with a package pile driver on a set of like 4 chairs or something like that. Just a nasty spot. Playing it up with everything with Steen and Cornette and Silken and everything going on there, and it just looks like there's going to be, especially towards the end of this pay-per-view, at the very end of the night, it's going to be a lot of interesting things going on with Kevin Steen into the future. But Kevin Steen winning this no DQ match, reinstated back into Ring of Honor in a really, really good matchup.
Yeah, this was pretty good here. I was expecting some decent stuff here out of this. I wasn't quite sure if Corino was going to, really put forth the effort on this and really go with it, but he really did. He took some really brutal spots. So did Steen. Took some really brutal spots as well. Like I said, like him saying, this was definitely a really good DQ match, no DQ match here. And definitely seeing Steen get back in here after the nasty finish. So a lot of spots, a lot of the crowd was definitely into this, and a good way to set this up going into intermission and kind of giving the fans a cool down period because there's a lot going on. Afterwards, there was a segment where Steen said he was going to do 3 things. He was going to come here, he was going to beat Corino. He said number 2, and then he just ran over and just package pile drive Jimmy Jacobs. And the third one, he was going to go package pile driver Cornette. Yeah. And then the referees called, some referees out there, and then Generico came out. Yeah. And they started brawling. And then Steen package pile drive him from the apron to a table. They had Generico just laying out there, just stiff as a board, like his neck was broken. Yeah. It was crazy. But yeah, a lot of crazy stuff going on here with Kevin Steen. He's definitely back. I can't wait to see them do more stuff with him. Yeah.
Next matchup, we had the Gauntlet Tag Match for a future shot at the Ring of Honor Tag Titles. In this matchup, we had the All Night Express, Future Shock, Young Bucks, Bravado Brothers, and Caprice, Coleman, and Cedric Alexander.
This was entertaining stuff. This is exactly what I thought was was going to be. Good spots. All the teams showing what they can do here. Caprice, Coleman, and Cedric Alexander. The first time really getting to see them go real hard at it. These guys could be definitely a solid team and see them in the future doing some more stuff. And it got down to All Night Express and the Young Bucks. And Young Bucks got the win here on this, going, playing up that heel deal. ANX, I think Red Titus is a really bum knee right now. I don't know if that's, completely as bad as people are saying it is, but he may be taking time off. Who knows? But yeah, it makes sense for the Bucks to go over here and get the win. Yeah,
this is some pretty good stuff out of these. Like we said in the preview, all they're really young, really up and coming tag teams in this matchup. Coleman and Alexander looked impressive in this match, being their first pay-per-view. Seeing them on TV has been some good stuff. Young Bucks playing just a really, really great heel role right now in Ring of Honor. Getting the win in this match, just basically destroying the All Night Express at the end of this matchup with the 2 450s and the leg work on Red Titus and all this kind of stuff. But pretty quality work in this Gauntlet Tag Match, and the Young Bucks getting the win and getting a future shot at the Ring of Honor Tag Titles. Moving on now to the Roderick Strong Invitational Challenge. Roderick Strong coming out here and challenging anyone to come out and take the Roderick Strong Invitational Challenge, and it ended up being that young knockout kid, Chris Hero. And man, was that just fucking brilliant. Yeah. Just awesome to see Chris Hero come out here, take on Roderick Strong in this match. We're possibly speculation of who could it possibly be to come out here and take on Roderick Strong. We're throwing out tons of names, and tons of names were continuing to be thrown out even more. Having it be Chris Hero, getting in here, pretty quality matchup, nothing real special. Roderick Strong actually getting the win in this match, which was kind of interesting to see that with Hero coming out, getting an absolute great reaction, obviously, because they had this chance going before he even came out, saying that we want Hero chance, and that was great to see there. But Chris Hero coming out to challenge Roderick Strong getting the win here. It'll be interesting to see what goes on with Chris Hero's future, with the whole stuff going on with WWE. He'll stay in Ring of Honor. I know he had a thing in PWG where it looked like it was almost like a retirement speech or something like that going on. So it'll be really interesting what Chris Hero is. But man, we need Chris Hero in the wrestling business because he's just one of those. He's really just one of the best wrestlers in the world. We need that guy in professional wrestling. I hope we see them in the future more and more. It'll be interesting to see if we see him in Ring of Honor. But Roderick Strong ain't the win this matchup.
Yeah, we were sitting here thinking of who it would be, and once Hero's music hit, just had a beautiful mark-out moment for myself. Yes. Chris Hero is absolutely my favorite wrestler in the entire world right now. Him not being around for the last couple of months has really bothered me because I'm such a huge fan. But seeing him come out here, we were speculating a whole bunch, and if it was, and I had in the back of my mind, if this was going to be anybody other than Chris Hero, or maybe Nigel McGuinness, I was just going to be disappointed. Yeah. And I'm glad they did that like that, So I mean, definitely way over with the crowd. Was so excited to see him. So this was a great sight to see here, and a big moment for me for this pay-per-view.
Next matchup, we have the Ring of Honor Tag Titles on the line. Win Champions Wrestling's Greatest Tag Team went up against the Briscoe brothers.
This started out really weird, really weird, and I wasn't quite sure what was going on. And as it progressed, this actually turned into a brawl in the beginning. Wrestling's Greatest Tag Team just was beating the shit out of the Briscoes. Like, I did not expect that at all. They pretty much did a complete flop in this match. For the Briscoes turning face and the Wrestling's Greatest Tag Team turning heel. Charlie Haas was flipping off the crowd. They were, getting all into it. They bloodied up Jay Briscoe before the match even started. There was a good, I want to say, 7-8 minutes of brawling before this match even started. Yeah. And they finally started it, and then once this progressed more and more, I really started to like it. I really started to like because it wasn't something that I was expecting at all. I was not expecting this to go like this. It had some questionable spots, but I think that the fact that the crowd was so much hating on Wrestling's Greatest Tag Team that they decided, to flip them, and then, them botching a spot where the leapfrog spot, and then just getting more heat. Just Wrestling's Greatest Tag Team just getting so much heat in this match, and the Briscoes coming out here, the victor, winning the tag titles, which is a great thing to see. Super over right here, and I'm so glad to see that. Yeah. So, but yeah, this was definitely a weird, strange start, but it followed through at the end, and it got better. Yeah,
this is a very interesting matchup here. I really did. It went absolutely opposite the way I was thinking it was going to go. And I really, right at the beginning, I was like, man, this is weird. They might just totally swap them, and they totally did. And it was really weird to see that. Obviously, Briscoes are so over as that heel kind of team where just everybody loves them still, but obviously can go face. And, having Wrestling's Greatest Tag Team be heel now, it looks like possibly going forward will be interesting to see how that goes. But thank God the Briscoes won the tag titles here and finally can start to get that, Ring of Honor tag division to feel like a Ring of Honor tag division again. Because really it just kind of felt disappointing with Wrestling's Greatest Tag Team as the champions. But finally the Briscoes winning the 7-time champions, which is just... It's just unprecedented. It's ridiculous. Briscoe's just one of the absolute greatest tag teams in history. And just
not cosmetically pleasing.
Just not cosmetically pleasing, but they're just damn good. And that's all that matters. And that's all that matters. Briscoe brothers, the 7-time Ring of Honor tag team champions. Great stuff there. Moving on now to the main event. It's Richards-Edwards 3 for the Ring of Honor World title between champion Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards. Before I get into this, I just want to say these guys are fucking amazing. I mean, it's just ridiculous what these guys have done over, the 3 matches they've had at Best in the World, now at Final Battle. I mean, it's just amazing how these guys just work their asses off and just pull off stuff every single time. And they provide just these amazing moments and just the storytelling, the quality in this match, just the striking that they did, the mat work. It's just everything is just to the nth degree, just amazing stuff. Yeah. And this was just yet another quality match. Match of the year candidate for anybody out there, just like their Best in the World match. I mean, just every time they're out there, they just produce, and it's just simple. It's just simple as that. They just go out there and just put on great matches every time. And Davey Richards, a la the Best in the World match, hitting Eddie with that just nasty kick at the end, saying it's over, and yet again it was over, and Davey Richards retained the Ring of Honor World title.
Yeah. This was great stuff. These guys worked so freaking hard in these matches, man. I'm telling you, they put so much effort in. They truly care about the matches that they're having, and definitely know that they're in the main event spot, and that's really, where they excel, both these guys, and really show what they can do. They always want to outdo each other. They always want to top, what they can do, and these guys, you could definitely tell that these guys were completely swamped at the end of this, just doing some just nasty spots in this, going damn near, was it 45 minutes?
Doing nasty spots 40 minutes into a match.
Yeah, 45 minutes, just... Wow, it was great stuff here. Definitely up there with Ring of Honor matches of the year. Up there with the Best in the World match. Yeah. It's a hard debate between that one and the Best of the World. It's got to be personal preference.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's a great debate to debate over. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely
it's just amazing.
But the big thing about coming out of this, actually, at the end, they did the whole Davey Richards cut a promo saying you're my brother, blah blah blah, I'll always be here, and blah blah. And too much as us, we wanted so much to see Kevin Steen again. He comes out again and cuts a little promo, just dogging on him. He's like, "Shut up, you homo! Just stop talking about your
circle jerk backstage."
Yeah, take your circle jerk with your MMA buddies backstage. Nobody wants to hear that crap. I'm Kevin Steen. I'm taking Ring of Honor hostage in 2012. I'm coming for that belt, and I'll be champion. I'm the Antichrist of wrestling, and you guys are going to know it. And Davey Richards was going to run after him, take his ass out, and then, they were holding him back, and then he was like, "Merry Christmas, bitch," and he was out of there.
Just genius.
It's just a great way to end that. Definitely with that Davey Richards Kevin Steen feud. Yeah. A lot of people have been wanting to see. Yes. Kind of just it's going to be great stuff in 2012 for Ring of Honor. Definitely with the direction that they're going. You're going to have the Briscoes are your champion now. Jay Lethal's still your champion. You have a lot of stuff going on with the undercard now, mixing it up and different things. So it's going to be an interesting year for Ring of Honor, and I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Should be some great stuff, and yet another great performance from Ring of Honor at this pay-per-view. That will now wrap up our Ring of Honor Final Battle 2011 review. For my partner Ryan, I am your host J-Man, and thank you for watching yet another edition of the Instant Wrestling Report, your source for professional wrestling news, information, opinions, and slander.
This is a battleground!